In the last video I shared, I got a comment from one of the subscriber, what is the indicator I'm using? And this video is all about that, where I want to share, and this was the last video where I shared TradingView hidden features, you can see. And the comment I got was, hey, what indicator I'm using on the main chart? And I want to show you that exactly what the chart I'm using and how I use that today. And if I show you that quickly, so typically this is the chart which you'll see as my normal chart is, right? Simple moving averages. But then I have to protect myself, my energy, and this is the indicator which I use. And I want to cover this in today's video to walk you through what exactly it means, why am I using this, and what exactly it means for me in this particular chart and how I take benefit out of that. So let's get started. So first thing first, if you are new to my channel, just subscribe the button and also hit the notification bell so you get notified of any videos coming through and benefit as a value share which I do. So before I move further, I also want you to look at if you can follow me on X, where I share my immediate reaction to things very quickly, easily, because videos sometimes take a long time. As you can see, I shared my view on silver, and I've been writing a lot of stuff around different uh, making you more smarter and your better decision making process in terms of what I share. And you can see here what I shared for Monster. From 4 cent the stock went $77 US, and that's crazy. So anyway, digressing a bit here, so let's get back. So this was a video where I got a comment on what is this indicator. Now, before I jump to indicator itself, I want to ask you one simple question. Like, are you using more than 5 indicators in your charts? If yes, just type in 5. If you're using more than 10 indicators, type 10. And if you're using less than 5, and just type L5. So I know that how many indicators you're using in your trading journey, just to get a perspective of it, right? And secondly, how much time and effort you take to analyze one chart to make a decision whether you really want to spend time on that particular chart or move on to the next thing. Because one of the things which I've seen as a challenge is I got my limited energy, I've got 100 other things to do along with my day job. How do I make decisions so quickly to so that I focus on things where it really put money in my pocket, rather than just looking staring at charts? Because I invest in multiple countries, and looking at chart is a kind of very interesting. I love that. But at the same time, it's also energy draining. And you always have that much of battery in a day, and you have to preserve that. Hence, this is where the the power of the glide indicator, which I put together as part of this process, called Peaceful Weekend Investing Glide Indicator. It doesn't replace your decision making process, but looking at the chart straight away, it gives you perspective of what's going on. And I want to show you some examples of it, otherwise you will not get a sense of it. You can see here, this is chart of BSC, and I'm looking at 2023, and you can go and check my wall. I posted here, this is my what is my trading plan. And when was it? I updated on June 22, but when I posted this was August 2nd 2023, and it was one of the biggest winner for me for last year in 2023, right? And you can see this rhombus comes in and you got a complete ride, and then it went sideways. Then again I got another opportunity, went sideways, and now again. Now, I don't want to say buy and sell. You know what's exactly what it means, but I'm not going to give you any hints of whether I'm going to buy or not. But that's the power of it. You know what power is? If I take from here, and what the power is, this particular stock. Okay, it just clicks on again. So I'll close this. So you can see here, let me take this and try and, okay, my computer is a bit small or slow today. Let me take again. Hopefully this time, yes. So we're talking 9 or 10x this particular stock from first rhombus and when I posted. That's the power I'm looking at it, because these kind of stocks, if you get few of them in a year and you have right allocation, that can change the entire complexion of your portfolio. Do you agree with me? If you agree, just type agree, because that's what your game is. Your energy, your focus, and what you are trying to focus on to, and how much you're going to invest on it if you get an opportunity. And that's your batting range. So this particular indicator is basically an wholesome indicator. All I have to do is just check and see what's going on a weekly basis. This is a weekly chart, as you can see. It's a weekly chart. It tells me everything what I need. What is the momentum? What is the relative strength? What's going on in terms of the different stages? And the background color tells me whether the stock is going underwater or is above the ground. And ground color is that. And then different momentum indicators have been incorporated to codify this whole thing. On all of this, I was able to build that to be able to give to my community of peaceful weekend investors so they can benefit from this. And now, if you was thinking that I'm showing you one chart, I want you to type which particular stock you want to look at it, and I'm going to share that on my X wall if you want to do that, right? And typically, look at this silver, right? I want to show you another one. Silver is buzzing, and and you can see here what's going on. Silver, when it gave a rhombus at 31 and now it's 72. Last time it gave, obviously went on sideways, but before that, if you look at it, what's going on, it gave you indication right at the time of entry and went sideways. Obviously, you have to have some method and madness to do that. It just doesn't replace your decision making, but it basically supports your decision making abilities. Otherwise, you're going to not calculate or do analysis per stock, right? You have to fixate one method, one strategy, and work towards it. Otherwise, you're going to be just going nowhere. And I always say random things gives random results. And this is what it is. And you can see here, it ever since it was 32, it never looking back. And that's it. Now we are in $72 on silver. Now you say, okay, great. What's about crypto? Let's look at it. What happened to XRP? I want to see that. Now I'll pick up one XRP. And it's let me just take Ethereum, maybe that's better. And what I'll do is I will change these to, I've calibrated this for different markets. So that way I can, look at the right things and look at this. So here, last time the bull run started, here at this point, it gave me at 294 and then it went up and then sideways. And now it is kind of in sideways at the moment, right? And let's take another one, which is XRP, which was one of my trades earlier, but I have now exited. No recommendation buy and sell. Look at this. So here, this was clear indication that things are brewing up. It's starting point, and then you got boom, a vertical rally, and I exited same time, right? And likewise, if you see Bitcoin, that is going to be, and I've shared a lot of contents on Bitcoin just when it was happening. And people thought, I'm crazy when I said 20,000 is the thing. Let me see the Bitcoin here. It's not coming up. What happened? Let me click on it. Okay, I click on this once again. Yeah, look at this. Beauty, beauty, right? Right at the bottom, it picked up, right? Right at the bottom when 831, then it went up and it says 24. And then now, let me just make it monthly and I will go back weekly. You can see right at the bottom when it was about to turn at 31, and you can see a lot of videos I made at 2016 and made that, and then you kept on giving when is the next time. And then obviously red color means exiting time has come through. You keep booking profits, right? And that's the power of when you understand. And why I'm sharing this is because it's not about copying strategies, copying indicators. It doesn't work like that. I always believe it that you first have to build the solid base. Once you have the base, then you can build Burj Khalifa on top of it. Without base, Burj Khalifa cannot stand. A lot of people I talk to, they either talk to me about what trading app I'm using. How does it matter? It is just giving me access to the markets. That's it. And it is important is what is the base you're carrying? What is that meets your lifestyle? How you're attaching the investing strategy with your lifestyle, which you can carry forward. Otherwise, there's no meaning to it because one day you're going to excite it, next day You're gonna just, if you have losses or things, you will just forget about it. So focus on building your base, build your purpose, passionate about it, and be persistent about it and move on. So this is a glide indicator for your life. All right. If you find this useful, just type useful. I'm looking forward for your comments. Till next video. Bye bye.